We were just talking about Pokemon cards. Next, we're going to move on to Pogs. You guys remember Pogs?
Yeah, those might make a comeback. You never know.
I had the Bigfoot Pog.
I don't know. That's the only one I remember. You had like a slammer.
Slammer. Yeah, the Slammer.
That's right.
Yeah, I think that.
That was the dumbest. I remember even being in 6th grade, seeing it for the first time, thinking, this is the dumbest game I've ever seen before. And I'm only in 6th grade. I already know it's dumb.
It was not fair at all.
I didn't know how to do it. I lost all the time.
Yes. You put your pugs in, they put their pugs in, you slam it, whatever flips they get.
It's like you could, it was so easy.
And sometimes you could just push down on it with your thumb and it works. Anyways.
They were just pieces of cardboard. They were like NFTs, but from the 90s. You know?
You should make a meme coin that just says Pog.
Pogs.
Maybe it'd be popular.
It would go nuts.
Pogs.
It would. Somebody made an N64 meme coin like yesterday. Yeah. It shot up to like $20 million.
You gotta get it.
Just created it.
So, Joe, you were talking earlier about how your wife went to podcast convention and there were QR codes on people's shirts and things like that.
Yeah.
Upon your request, Wellington printed you a Wi-Fi school password.
Oh my gosh. Is that a magnet?
No, it's not.
It's pretty big though.
3D printed.
How do I'm just going to use like one of those like grippy things to stick it to the wall on my classroom door.
Yes.
And then what happens when the kids scan that QR code?
I don't know. Scan it with your phone. Is it a Rick?
Let's do it live right now.
Is it a Rick roll? What is it? He did it.
Up to you.
He actually printed it.
I did it when you left the room,
it's
Joe.
right now.
It goes to
the Darwin Awards podcast, bro. What episode does it take you to?
I think it just takes you to usually the front.
How many have we done?
Spotify front page of it.
Ben's not wrong. That's
I didn't even tell him to do this. He just like dropped it off at me. I'm like, what is this?
Oh, that's cool, man. That's really cool. So yeah, I'll get that because I'm going to be at your house this Thursday night. I'm coming out there, Ben, because I have a course I have to go to in Salt Lake. It's like
it's a golf course.
Yeah. It's a CPR instructor's course I have to go take. So I'm going to stay at Adam's house for one night, then go to this dumb course. Actually, I better pay attention.
Sounds exciting.
I got to pay attention because I'm going to have to teach this to other people. And if I just slack off like I regularly do during things, I'm not going to know what I'm doing.
You should show up with one of those.
You can teach CPR to someone else who doesn't know it, and they'll think you're doing the real thing. You're never going to need it, so you'll be fine.
You're never going to do it.
You're never going to need it.
Just learn the Staying Alive song and push up and down. You'll be fine.
Get one of those masks that Dwight Schrute has.
He cuts it off and puts it on his face.
And just walk in.
Or welcome.
You can buy those for gifts, just to like face.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I'll do that. Welcome to the Darwin Awards podcast.
Oh yeah, we're doing a podcast.
Yeah. Let's go over last week's. Oh my gosh, did I even post a poll last week? I did, didn't I?
Slacker.
I did. No, I did. I forgot to pull it up.
Haven't looked at it. Yeah.
Let's take a look at that. We go head over to the Patreon.
Let me say something. My wife listened to the episode. She thought it was hilarious, and she said, "Why do you guys keep talking about people raping animals?" And I'm like, "We don't." He's like, "You've had like a ton of stories about them." I'm like, "I think we've had 2. Do we have had more than 2?"
She like listened to those 2 only.
I don't remember having more than 2, but of course she paused it in the perfect place, got in the car, it started playing, and our kids are like, "What are you listening to? What are they talking about?"
That's great. Your kids are listening to that? Oh, that's great.
Ben comes in, he's just like, he had his pants down.
Okay, so our 4 stories from last week's episode, we had speaking of the cow abuser, we had the cow abuser. We had the poacher shooting, the guy whose gun dropped from the tree and it shot him in the gonads. We had the zookeeper mistake, that's the guy who went into the lion's den. And then we had the whiskey bet. And our winner is the zookeeper who went into the lion's den.
Really?
Yep.
No. They got it wrong.
Why is that wrong?
It's the molesting of a cow.
Why?
It's the molesting of a
cow.
cow.
Of course. Yes, that's way more fun. Yeah, that's true.
Simba. Why?
It's not fun, but it's a fun story.
If you'd like to watch them, you can head over to our YouTube channel where we've decided to start posting more regularly. So feel free to join us there. You can watch the video form of our podcast, which honestly we have faces made for for YouTube. So
Yeah, if
we're
you want to
beautiful.
see her face, I don't know why, but here you go.
All right, who's gonna go first this week?
Oh, well, okay, here we go.
Well, let's let the phone decide. I got my story up. I'm always going first anyway, so
I don't
never
think
Joe,
so, Ben.
never Joe, never
I don't
Joe.
think so.
It's never Joe. Here we go.
Let's
The magic wheel.
spin the wheel. Reset.
If Adam can ever figure this out, there we go. Magic wheel. We can't see it.
Oh.
Not Joe.
Adam, dang it.
Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Well, lucky me, because I do have the best story, I believe, this week.
This is number 5, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Darwin Award.
Thank you,
Yes.
Ben.
Or, yes, it is 5.
This is number
Story
5
nominee number
Of the year.
5. That's what it is.
of 2025.
Well, it involves a man and it involves India. So, we're off to a good start this year. This man comes out of New Delhi, which is probably our third most popular location, I would say, out of India. The man is 27 years old, and for a living, I guess, or he just went to do this, I'm unsure. He went to spray pesticides in fields on Saturday. So maybe that's what he does. Maybe that's his job. I don't know. Or just
Sure.
once a year.
We've had a few pesticide deaths out of India. There was like a
Did you
lady who
drink?
brushed her
Yeah.
teeth with like rat
Yeah,
poison.
yeah.
We had a lady who like poisoned some tomatoes and then accidentally put them in a salad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
Yeah, none of those are pesticides. Those are actually
usually the
poison.
pesticides are in a bottle next to the water bottle.
No,
and
you're
they
right.
don't-
You're right. You're right.
They don't know that.
We had that one guy who sprayed it into his mouth. He thought he was like some sort of
That's
savior.
right.
That's true.
That's right.
That was one of my favorite
Videos.
images and video of that guy. It was like bear spray.
He was
put in
like
his face.
smiling and dancing while he like sprayed it in his mouth.
Yeah. All right. Well, Joe, I don't know if you have this
I got it.
article, but this a little bit different take. It said on coming back home from spraying pesticides on Saturday, despite his wife's insistence, the man refused to wash his hands before sitting down to dinner.
Don't bother me, woman.
I want to eat right now. The man, it says, rubbished his wife's concern of not washing his hands as harmless. The officer said.
It's safe enough for the fruits.
Well, after dinner,
Safe enough
you can
for my
guess what
hands.
happened. After dinner, Kanaya, is that his name? Kanaya? He started to feel uneasy and experienced drowsiness to his condition. And he deteriorated quickly, as it says. He was immediately taken to a hospital where he was declared dead on arrival.
Do you think it's from him eating food off his hands or just spraying pesticide all day?
It's got to be. If he died that
It's gotta
quickly,
be
he
hands,
ingested way a lot. Well, he definitely should have washed his hands. What did they? Were they like soaked in whatever? it
Have
was?
you seen them make Indian street food? They make it with their hands.
It's probably the food that
This
killed him.
isn't. Yeah.
Maybe his wife poisoned the food. It's like, you should wash your hands. That could be what kills you.
That's right. And he's
I
like,
don't know.
no. He's like, I'll show him. He's going to need to wash his hands.
Poison.
That's probably exactly
Should
what
have washed your
happened.
hands.
He neglected basic hygiene and he died.
It's the wife's fault.
Always is in India.
Yeah, it is.
You should share the story with your kids, Ben. They're like at that right age where they need to be like washing their hands and cleaning up after
Yeah.
themselves, and they don't do it. You know what I mean?
My kids are pretty great. They wash their hands. Sorry your children didn't get to that age.
Oh, let me ask you this: do you remember when you were kids? Okay, let me ask you if you did this.
Oh, yeah.
It was time to take a shower. You didn't want to, so you went in there. You just turned on the water and just sat for a
Yep.
long time, pretended to be in the shower.
Maybe once or twice. That often.
Absolutely, I
Get
did
your hair
that.
a little wet and let's get out.
Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah, you would
I
get
did
your
that
hair a
too.
little wet.
I did that.
I
What's
think
wrong
Billy
with
tried
us?
that.
I don't know.
All I remember when Mom said it's dinner time, go wash your hands. I go to the bathroom and there's a
Turn the water
bar
on.
of soap that looks like it's 20 years old and super dirty and nasty.
That
and I'm like,
Dove
is my hands getting
Bar of
cleaner?
soap that had cracks in it.
Yeah. You can wash them anyways. And
I don't think you need to wash your hands as much as we do. I see kids that like their hands will just get some pencil shavings or something on it. They're putting on they're like going under that
the
thing.
sanitizer. I hate
sanitizer.
those.
Freaking, what are you doing?
I don't know. And then, okay, you might be right. And then I see a video of like a black light or whatever, and someone sneezes, and you see a billion snot particles in the air. You're like, okay, maybe I'll.
But for all for all of human history, that's been happening, and I guess
Well,
people
with
died young,
Utah and like stomach bug and things that go around in schools, you're just like Annabelle today went to gym. She goes to like tumbling, and there's 1,000 kids in that building, and those mats look so nasty. And I'm like, when you get home, wash your hands before we eat dinner, just because I don't.
She'll end up like that guy.
I think
what disease?
my children are disgusting, and so I'm assuming if my children are disgusting, so are everybody else's children, and some Clorox wipes are needed.
Well, the good news is we're not spraying crazy pesticides all day long on the fields.
Well, you did, kind of.
What?
It was your job for like a summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, how much of that did I inhale?
Did you wear gloves?
Oh, I mean, I was supposed to, but I never put on gloves.
I mean, you had a TikTok channel about
Did
it.
you sit and eat lunch in between? Just
I get back in the truck and eat.
Did you wash your hands?
Never. At the end of the day, I wash my hands.
So you didn't die.
Well,
so we're okay.
There we go.
Well, so this is definitely a Darwin Award. If it was just a guy who didn't wash his hands, it would be like, okay, good story. But whose wife is like, wash your hands. That's much bigger. That makes it more Darwin-y, right? Because she reminds.
I don't know. She sounds really pesky and annoying.
Yeah,
that's what she sounds like to me.
Wash your hands.
Real whippersnapper.
He's all shut up.
See this? It's too hard to see. All right, I'll spin
I'm a
it.
grown man. I don't need to do that. Here comes the next one. It's never Joe. Never Joe.
Ben. Yeah, it's Ben.
This is
What's wrong with this wheel?
I told you. This is ridiculous.
You think I'm making it up? Maybe I don't know if you can even see it.
And so there was a show called Silicon Valley. Remember they used to throw this toy up and down? It's like never blue, whatever. It's always never Joe.
I never watched that show,
Never,
Ben.
Joe.
Sorry.
Best for last.
All right. Well, my story comes out of cacao. I'm probably saying that wrong. There's no A at the
Cocoa?
end. It's Chaco, Argentina.
Chaco.
Chaco.
Wow.
Chaco.
Okay.
Yeah, Chaco.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Was it a cartoon?
A man died last Friday afternoon in Chaco, Argentina, due to a homemade fan that he made. Now, if you want to pull up the story, you can see the homemade fan itself. These are some quite sharp
Trying
metal
to
blades.
stay cool. Oh, it looks like a regular fan.
Yes. Well, I don't know. It's industrial, maybe.
Well,
Is that
We over here in the
that's
States
not
have the
like-
plastic
I gotta
fans.
tell ya,
blood? Is that what is that?
having lived in Mexico, the fans are freaking lethal. Like, Adam, did this ever happen to you? Where you
I never had a
put
fan.
your
I never had a fan in any of my apartments. Never
had
did.
to because the mosquitoes were so horrible out there. But I can't tell you how many times my fingers got bloodied by accidentally
They're so sharp.
getting too close to a fan, raising my hand into the ceiling fan on accident, which is
Oh,
freaking
yes,
short. Or
No, this is no ordinary fan. See, he repaired this fan himself, and he replaced the motor with a pressure washer motor.
Oh, wow. That's creative. Oh, wait, how does that even work? It doesn't really
The
spin.
tragic incident occurred when he was going to a buyer's house. I guess it's one of those deals where you show up and
Who offered him the
see if
fan?
it works. And the fan did not have the protective grill, which caused one of the metal blades to come loose and hit him directly in the chest.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
If you scroll down a little bit more here, let's see. Authorities say the fan parts, including metal blade that caused the fatal injury, were transferred. Okay, never mind. Hold on.
okay, hold on a second. Let me ask you this, Ben. Did he make this fan, or did the guy who went to buy the fan that was modified get killed?
No, he made this fan. He had gone to a buyer's house to offer him
Oh,
the fan.
gotcha. Okay, so he's like
And
making the
He's
fan.
showing
killed
off
himself with
the
it.
demonstration of how good the fan is. And he died.
Yes, I
Ninja
have another
Star
article
to the
here
chest.
as well.
It contained several items in poor condition, such as poorly connected cables and a fan without proper protection. So there wasn't even a front thing on this thing.
Correct. And then another article I have, it said it did not have the proper power plug either. Almost like he cut the wire and reattached it. So this is a homemade... Essentially, what are those food processors?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, food processor. Yeah.
Garbage disposal kind of thing?
It's just on a power
Gosh.
washer, which is... that thing really zips.
Yeah, so
hit him in the
there you can
chest.
see the fan is missing a blade. That's the one that went into his chest right there. You see
Oh,
that
my
blade's
gosh.
gone?
Yeah. What's the picture on the left? Is that blood?
That's
cannot
just blood.
tell.
Yeah, it's just like blood. That's what. See all the blurred stuff? That's blood.
Oh, that's bad. Yeah, that's good. You guys never have that
It
fear?
says he managed.
that the-
It says he managed to leave the house to the sidewalk to ask for help, where he fell and died.
Blade sticking out of his chest.
Wow.
Oh, gosh.
What were you saying, Adam?
I always have this fear since I was a kid, like with the ceiling fan, that what if it just fell off? You know,
Especially the ones that wiggle a lot.
yeah.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Clavinos had one that would just go. His room would just circles. Just gonna hit me.
As a kid, being underneath that when you're sleeping, you're like, I'm gonna die at the night.
I love ceiling fans, though.
Yeah.
I just don't put them on high.
Yeah, I have one in my bedroom, a little tiny
I
light.
don't trust them on high.
Mm-mm.
Have you seen the ones that are you can just screw them into light
Yeah,
bulbs?
those are awesome.
I have one like I found it in a pallet. It is a light fixture, and it also is a small fan, but it's like enclosed. It's small, but when you turn on the light, you can also turn on the fan too.
You can moderate how fast it goes.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, it's cool. So
I feel like I put that on a desk lamp, just aim it at my face.
It's a
Oh,
great
like that?
idea.
probably tip over.
I got to get one of those.
No, are they?
Well, that's good. We haven't had a death by fan.
Ceiling fan or a little fan comes apart and lodges into his chest when he modified it like Tim the Toolman Taylor from Home Improvement with a freaking
It sounds like
air compressor.
like a really bad movie death. Ugh.
Do you think if you went back and watched Home Improvement, you'd laugh?
Yeah, I have gone back and watched it.
Really?
Yeah, it holds up, dude. It holds up.
Really?
No,
Really?
No, it's
Too cheesy?
about 20-80. 20% laughter and 80% something tragic and sad. And there's like
Yeah,
sad
you're right.
music.
But the stuff from the actual show with him and Tim Borland, Al Borland or whatever his name is, like from
And
their
Heidi.
little show, that's actually funny. Like the stuff that he does is because the thing is, he's actually just a stand-up comedian, so he knows what's funny. And the network makes him put all kinds of like feely stuff in there with his family.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like the actual comedy, he's freaking hilarious. What's his name again? Tim Allen?
Tim Allen.
He's
Yeah.
funny. It's like watching, how like cringy the Santa Claus can be. But we
watched that recently.
He makes it funny. Like it's actually still funny because he's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, I liked watching it. It's good.
Well, as usual, I get to go last, but we have 2 good stories so far. I'm not sure mine is going to hold up. If you're feeling bored by this podcast, let me tease a little bit. The next story contains an OnlyFans model.
So, children beware?
Actually, yes, children beware. If you're
I'm
Becca,
really
don't listen to
bored
this.
by this
Don't put
podcast.
this on in the car.
If you've gotten this far and you're bored, you're the dumb one for not stopping much earlier. You made it this far.
All right, we'll be right back.
The golden age of America has begun, and the shining light of this new era is the Darwin Awards podcast. Quite frankly, if you don't listen to these guys, and I'm not just saying this, I will probably deport you very quickly. You should listen. You should listen every day. If you don't listen and subscribe on YouTube even, I absolutely will deport you. And you will be deported with the rapists, the criminals, and you belong with them. How else can I say this? I know that the fake news will tell you that these guys are very bad people, but they're not. They're, in fact, great Americans. So we got to do our duty. We got to do our duty and listen to the Darwin Awards podcast. And let's make podcasts great again.
We're going to start a Darwin Awards Brothers crypto meme coin trading losing competition. Who can lose the most money?
I could definitely
No,
lose the most money.
let's do a competition with. See, I took some out. So
Who can turn it into the
Put it,
most? That's not a bad
who
idea.
can turn $25 until next time we have.
I know what's going to happen.
That is a good idea.
By the time we get there, somebody will have $27, and that will be the winner. I'll be
And someone will have like 8.
I'll be all gone.
like, I got $2.
I'll be out of the 25 at day 1. It'll be just gone. Rugged. Okay, let's get on to Darwin Awards podcast story number 3. Now, this is actually not number 3. This is Darwin Awards podcast 5, 6. This is the Darwin Award number 7 of 2025. This is a story out of Brazil. This is a 23-year-old Brazilian OnlyFans model. Now, before you find out what happened to her, let me share her picture with you.
I really hope she's ugly. No.
Well,
She's
she
not.
kind of looks like a man, a little bit. She has some mannish features.
Yeah. Little Shakira.
I don't know
Little
what
Shakira
managed
in there.
features you're looking at, but
There's
the nose.
It's the eyes. I don't know what it is.
There's too much wisdom in those eyes.
Sorry, I wasn't looking at her nose.
What happened to her, Joe? Let me guess. She selfie.
No. Ben, any guesses?
Well, there's a body bag on the concrete. She fell out of some window somewhere.
Yes.
Oh, no.
That's true. She fell to her death. She did.
Did she have clothes on when she died?
No.
Okay.
Okay, let me read the headline. Brazil, 23-year-old OnlyFans model falls to death from balcony while performing threesome.
Okay.
Sorry, kids. Do
Nice
not turn
headline.
this off.
This is typical Joe.
Someone
I
got
don't
their
know
money's worth
how
on
he
OnlyFans.
searches to find these, but he does find them.
According to the Post, the model, widely recognized across Brazil for her adult content and large following, was engaged in coitus. That's a very
Nice way to say it.
nice, on the balcony with her partner when they became too engrossed.
Well, how did she the only one that died then? Shouldn't they?
Well, I don't know
shouldn't they warn
if you
people?
know anything about the nature of sex, Adam, but
She's not throwing anyone around, really.
yeah, he's not falling backwards.
Yeah, he could have. You never know. He pushed her off the edge. That's all we know.
I can only scroll down so far because there's a tweet on here with a picture of her that I just don't think is appropriate for the three of us.
That's
but
good.
in this shocking incident involving a 23-year-old Brazilian OnlyFans model, the internet is left in disbelief because she tragically fell to her death.
How popular? They say in every article, large following. What is a large following? 2,000? 20,000 people?
I don't know.
2 million?
I do know. It says in Brazil, the model fell to her death from a balcony during sex. The model, popular in wide Brazilian circles, decided to expand her portfolio and invited several men.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
a portfolio. Get out of town.
In case I go to a job interview.
Expanding my
In
portfolio.
September, we expanded our profits by expanding our mini portfolio.
Wow, Joe. This is you story. It's right up your alley.
So she leaves behind a young child. She became too.
Why are you laughing at? Is that what you're laughing?
Sorry for that
You
kid.
know what? No, that kid is actually saved from a lot of horrors. I didn't mean it to come out like horrors.
Horrors. No, you said horse.
Her last words. I think I'm
You
falling
don't want to
for
be
you.
a kid in school and your mom is an OnlyFans
Oh,
model.
snap.
Yeah, you don't want that.
I think I'm falling for you.
Let's see.
Oh, that's a good one.
The tweet included a video allegedly showing the aftermath. I haven't found the video that has the aftermath.
Why would you want to see the aftermath?
People are weird.
You?
With the hotel staff recovering the model's body.
What was her name again?
Frick, I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
I don't know.
It says
Adam,
prostitute
why do you
on
need
here.
to know
Okay?
what to put her
OnlyFans
OnlyFans
You want to
is?
look her up or what?
Yeah.
I think
Not
I'm
maybe she had a
falling.
manly. That's why you brought it. You like it.
No.
Those were her
What are you
last
gonna-
words.
What are you going to title this story, by the way? Like, on the poll.
She died doing what she
Brazilian-
loved. She's.
Oh, yeah.
I love she decided to expand her portfolio. Why is that so hilarious? Her portfolio.
Wow.
Like she's some sort of
Wow.
stock trader.
Well, I
Her
don't
portfolio
imagine
was expanded.
you winning this, but maybe.
Yeah, come on now.
Hmm.
That's a good story, right? Falling off the balcony.
It's definitely a story. Balcony, yeah, what the heck? I thought for sure you were going to involve something, stuff that gets stuck. You always talk about that, how they do.
Nope, not in this case.
It's good, I guess.
It was getting stuck until she fell. All right, it's a family show. We should be done here.
Delete that.
All right, I think we should move on to the lightning round. Lightning round, we're going to bring story number 8 of the year, and the three of us are going to each bring a nominee, and we're going to vote on one that we'd like to hear the full story of. Josiah, you're always last, so might as well bring your teaser for your headline.
Cut me off guard here.
Yeah, same as well. 1 second. We can open up all my tabs.
Oh, don't bring a barbecue into your bedroom. How about that one?
No, we've had that before, actually.
Not bad.
Ben, what do you got for us?
A I got a 35-year-old woman who swallowed this.
Food?
It's not the previous OnlyFans model. No.
No. Mine. Okay. Mine is a man who also falls from a balcony, but
Oh.
it's a holiday special.
A holiday special. A holiday special falling from a balcony. You have my vote, Adam.
You think he
voting
could
for
be
that.
doing Christmas lights?
You know,
He's not doing
I know
Christmas
what's going
lights.
on. No, Joe, it's the Chinese New Year yesterday or today.
Oh,
What?
he's
No,
doing.
no.
He's performing the dragon, the magic dragon, or whatever it is they do. Over
No,
there.
this is one we have not had before
The magic.
at all
Like a
on the
kite.
podcast.
All right, I'm choosing it. That's my choice.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
Come on, Ben.
It's
Let's
short
do
and sweet,
this.
but it's good.
Okay, let's hear about this suicide that Adam's about to bring us. Here we go.
Yep. Okay. This is
This is Darwin Award nominee number 8 of 2025.
It's actually a musician who dies, by the way. But technically, I'm a musician too. Who knows?
What do you play?
I've recorded a song, I'm sure, or something somewhere. Okay. Oh wow! They actually have a video of him. This
They
guy's
have a
out of
video.
Montreal.
Oh, they do have a video. I'm going to share this.
Montreal. Where's this? Is this Canada? Yes, it is. Oh, Canada. This he fell from the 3rd floor balcony in the Royal neighborhood. Mont Royal neighborhood. What happened was he found him on the ground with serious injuries to his lower body. They say it happened while the man was trying to throw his Christmas tree over the balcony. Oh, is that his house?
His balcony. Oh, okay, that's pretty high. I mean, it's not like 70 feet. He's on the 3rd floor.
Was that his balcony in that video?
not
Because I'm
bad.
like, you just hit like cars and people at the ground.
Well,
What do
still,
you-
you'll die going down that far for sure. I mean, it's probably
I
like
mean,
30 feet. Look at that. That's a
why
pretty
is
good
he
fall.
throwing his tree in the middle of a freaking sidewalk?
Well, you don't want to carry it down the stairs.
He got it up there.
Look at this
Saying.
freaky girl.
Is
No
that a
wonder
girl?
why you're not married. Like, nobody wants a wife like that.
You don't even know who that is. That could be just a person who saw it happen. I don't know.
She's got tattooed on sideburns, I think.
It says images from outside of the apartment building on Monday show a heavy metal fence at street level with sharp pointed edges and
That's what
tree
he fell
fragments
on.
around it.
You're
and
so
traces
right.
of blood. So he fell onto the
But
fence.
I feel bad. Those are like shin level. Those aren't even like really high.
Yeah, they
fences.
shouldn't even belong. They don't even belong there.
He
Oh,
was a talented and well-known saxophone player.
You're really narrating this video quite well right now. Nice job.
You're in the background.
Wow, unimaginable. Yeah, I can see. Okay, I can see why you would throw the Christmas tree out the balcony. Like, I'll tell you this: I had an experience very similar to this one.
Really? Let's hear it.
It was in Mexico after the hurricane that I was, and so I was helping neighbors clean up, and this tree had fallen on this guy's roof. So we got up on this guy's roof. There were like 4 of us, and we were like. We didn't have chainsaws. We were like sawing branches off this tree and throwing them off the roof. And I got one that was too big for me. It was like 30 feet up. And I got to the edge of the roof and I tossed it, and I felt my momentum start to go as well. And I swear I almost fell. I thought at the moment, like, I'm about to die right now. But somehow my balance shifted and I was able to stay back. But like, I could see it happening pretty easily. I was
Yes.
just being stupid, you know?
I think we did that once trying to throw like maybe at Camp Lake or somewhere, trying to throw giant rocks or pieces of tree or something over a cliff or something, and you feel like you're going to follow it up.
Yeah, I can't believe 90% of the things we did as scouts.
But doesn't a balcony have like a railing?
It did. It had railing. It had
How
railing.
hard do you throw in that thing to like go over the edge? You know, that's pretty
You're right.
intense.
You're right.
All it takes is one little snag.
Yeah, maybe
On
he
your
got caught
coat.
on the tree. Maybe he did.
That's
Maybe
true.
he did.
That's true. What kind of tree was it? Was it one of those bushy ones? You know?
I don't know.
You know those big
but,
bushy ugly
you know,
trees?
You know what's weird about this article? This happened like the 14th of January. How long were you hanging on that Christmas tree, man? It's been like
Oh.
Okay, 14
3
days isn't
weeks.
bad. I
My
mean,
Christmas lights are still up at my house.
that's
all right,
different
that's
from your
not-
tree.
The reason we don't have real trees anymore is because I convinced Lindsay we have to have a real tree. She said, okay, we'll do it 1 year. And this was like 6 or 7 years ago. Or maybe it was like 5. And she goes, but it's got to be out of the house in like a week after Christmas. It was there till about March in the backyard.
Oh, in the backyard. Did you finally burn it or something?
Yeah, I wanted to cut it up, and she got rid of it herself after a while. But
You ruined it.
I ruined it.
That's not fair. You make one mistake one year and you're banished forever. It seems like you need to fight for this, Ben. Bring it back.
Got to be honest, the pack-away trees are so much easier.
Traitor.
And I don't have to pay any money anymore. I already have it.
Okay.
Joe goes and chops his own down.
That's right. We go out in the woods, chop it down.
Gosh, that sounds miserable.
Oh, dude, it's so fun. You know you would love it with your little boys out there chopping a tree down. They don't have to be big. You just get this little saw. It's so fun. Your kids would love it, too.
And then the little birds fall out of it, and little squirrels that had homes.
Everybody's crying because it's cold and wet. They just want McDonald's on the way home. Yeah. Well,
that's fun. You bring hot chocolate with you. It's good.
Yeah. All right. Well, should we do like a recap or something?
Yeah, let's do a quick recap.
Recap.
All right. Excuse me. Man, I've had this cough for like forever. This is so stupid.
I know. You've had it for
Dr.
like
Fauci,
2 months.
Someone needs to take him out. This is his fault.
I think it's because of pesticides. Really?
All right, story number 1 is a man who ignored his wife's pleas for him to wash his hands after pesticide spraying. Excuse me. I'm not going to say story number 1. Story number 5. We're continuing
Good
on.
job. Good job.
Of 2025. Story number 6 of 2025 was a man who built some sort of modified, thought he was Tony Stark fan, which when he turned it on, it came up. One of the fans came on, dislodged and stabbed him right through the chest. You know, could have just got him in the leg, but it actually
just
killed
like
him.
Tony Stark. He got it in his chest too, didn't he?
Yeah, only this guy didn't build a core fast enough for it to pull the metal away from his
You're
heart.
right. You're right. It's very similar. Yeah, you're right. Story number 3 was the OnlyFans model who was doing it on the balcony and then fell off in the middle of it. That's like
so good.
Peak high to the lowest low. You know what I mean? It's like, whoa.
I don't think she was at peak high in her portfolio.
Well, I'm talking about the guy.
Okay.
Not talking about her. I'm talking about the guy.
I don't
It could be a win-win for him, I guess.
You don't even know
Maybe
guys
didn't
were involved in this.
No,
It didn't even
man.
say.
And then our last story is a man throwing a Christmas tree out of his third-story balcony, and he also went down from the balcony too. Kind of, one is worse than the other, obviously, in that situation, right? One's a degenerate. Another guy is celebrating Jesus' birthday. So I'm not sure we're going to vote for him this week.
Okay.
Well, let's see. What's your guys' votes of those ones for Darwin Awards numbers 5 through 8 of 2025?
It's a tie between both fans.
The OnlyFans
Good one.
and the Augmented fan. Adam, what are you leaning towards?
I like Canadians dying. That's a good one. I'll take the Christmas tree.
Oh my God.
You like Canadians dying.
We don't get Canadians dying very often on this podcast. Let's be honest. Come
Okay.
on.
I'm going to go with the one
Too
that's
boring to
clearly
attempt anything.
most likely to be in the top 10. It's the lady on the balcony.
That's not going to make it.
Come on. The Tony Stark fan is definitely going
It's
somewhere in the top
good.
10.
It's good. Well, I don't know about that.
I think the
but
pesticides
it's
has
good.
the best chance.
They're all good.
Never.
I mean, what kind of
always
RPM do you think that fan was going
listen
when it
to your
got on
wife.
that power washer?
It's probably pretty fast. One little blade comes off right in his chest.
The chest isn't an easy thing to like get through from a flying fan blade. It's got to be going pretty fast, Ben.
I imagine him holding it, demonstrating it. Look how powerful and the wind coming off this thing.
You'll really let it rip.
Well, congratulations to our OnlyFans model. You're a Darwin Awards now.
No. Oh yeah.
Ben
I guess
voted
so.
for her.
She got
Got a half
1.5
a
votes.
vote. Yeah, that's right.
Congratulations, lady. Your career is worth something. I wonder. Now, this has to be real because she was filming this, right? So the video is somewhere.
I know
You'd
you
have
want
to be
to
an
find
OnlyFan.
it. I know you want to find it.
Only on OnlyFans. You'd have to like subscribe.
Guys, there's, we're going on a trip together golfing in like a month, but there is something else happening very soon, which is tomorrow at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. It's the Taco Bell Live Moss event.
That's right. The convention.
We need to bring this to the. You could tease some of it right now, but I really want to discuss this further as well on the after party here.
Everyone in like Australia is like, "What the heck is this Taco Bell?" They're so obsessed with. I don't know what that is.
I'm going to bring a story to our Patreon about a guy who shows up at his own funeral.
Have we had that before?
Yeah, we have had that before.
Yeah, that guy though did it
People
on
were
purpose.
pissed. So they were pissed.
No, this guy didn't. This guy it wasn't a scam. Like he actually showed up. Like he heard about it, and then he showed up right in the middle of it on his motorcycle. We'll talk about it.
Wow.
Did you guys see there's a livingmoss.com for it's a community for Taco Bell fans?
Really?
Living
What
moss?
in Living Moss?
We need to hurry up and create the Taco Bell coin for tomorrow, Joe.
The Live Moss coin.
Live Moss coin. You better get on it,
Bro. Live
tomorrow
Moss
after
meme
the
coin during the event.
I mean, what? No, it's got to be about the food itself.
Yeah, Live
What
Moss.
if they come out with like a
We got to call it Live
Kool-Aid
Moss.
Fruit Jammers taco? It's got to be the fruit taco. or something.
I've created one. I can show us how to create it. The
We gotta
Live
get
Moss
going.
coin.
One last thing. I have a list that I have found of the 2024 best new fast food items that were introduced. Top 10. I thought we should go over that.
All right, that sounds good. Let's do that on
We
the
probably
after show.
tried half of them.
After party.
You guys, this is really interesting community here. They have their Taco Bell influencers. This guy's called the Taco Bell Sommelier. Oh yeah,
Whoa.
These are great. You got to join this community.
Okay.
It's got.
Okay,
Let's move over
You're
to
cute.
that.
we need to talk about that. Let's go. Let's get
We're
started.
all right now.
Tell me about
we
it.
We just moved on over.
Yeah.
Why don't you just social partners, do drinkers Discord?
Oh, the Dude Drinkers Discord? Oh my gosh.
Is it Baja Blast? Emails?
Triple D.
I gotta look this up. What's the website?